This is the S&P 500 SPDR ETF SPY one-day reading for November 4th, 2024. It's currently October 8th, 2024, 6:37 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading is $573.17 USD. The shuffle video for the November 4th reading was created on October 3rd, 2024 at 1:06 p.m. Eastern Time. In this video, we're going to go over the overall trend direction for the day. We're going to talk about the chart behavior around the day's highest high and the chart behavior around the day's lowest low, as well as the general timing down to roughly about an hour as far as where they are throughout the day. And then we're going to get into where the best trades are and the chart behavior by the hour, basically. You have to give it plus or minus an hour here or there of wiggle room, and not in all readings, in a few readings here or there. But always pay attention to the sequence of events, because that will keep you on track if we are plus or minus a little bit here or there on the timing. So the overall theme of behavior for the day, we have a prominent move higher followed by a full retracement. That'll stand out on a one-day chart scale. Prominent move higher, full retracement of that move. There's a significant trade opportunity in the midst of that. The highest high for the day, we have a rally into key resistance followed by a decline with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. And usually the moving averages will be like in bearish formation, acting as resistance for those spikes up. Not always, but often. Behavior around the lowest low for the day, we have a period of sideways rotation, then a big move higher, and then a period of sideways rotation at a higher price level. I'm advised to trade around a notable decline that'll stand out on a multi-day scale, offering opportunity to open up a long position or close a short position, or both. In the pre-market, we open lower, likely significantly, and there's decline in the pre-market, but the decline does end with a fast sudden move higher, either starting in the pre-market or starting at the open. There's a rally around the open, increasing with the momentum moving forward as we move higher, with reaching for a distant resistance in the first half hour. By distant, I mean not the nearest resistance, at least the next one after that on a one-day chart. So distant resistance there, and then there should be kind of like a retracement of that move between 10 and 11, a retracement taking us back into a trough, taking place around 11 o'clock, and then a fast sudden move higher out of that trough. Again, another retracement. So a fast sudden move higher out of that trough, probably somewhere around, starting somewhere right around 11 o'clock, and we rally into like midway through 11 to 12 o'clock hour, followed by a full retracement. Sideways fluctuating decline between 12 and 1 that precedes a notable rally, and it looks like we probably, after that sideways fluctuating decline, rally pretty notably into another high. There's somebody speaking around the time that that sideways fluctuating decline midday turns into a notable rally into a peak or another high. Like we probably come back to, like we probably touch resistance early in the morning at the high, and then this is us coming back to it between roughly 1 and 2 o'clock, and then between roughly 2 and the close, there's a lot of price change between roughly 2 and 3. Yeah, significantly to the downside there. Yeah, so very likely that's our high for the day between roughly 1 and 2, and then we have this rallying to key resistance, which was established earlier in the day, and then we break down with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down into day's lows here in the last 2 hours. Remember, at the day's lows, there's sideways rotation, which is similar to the 9 of discs. We have sideways rotation in the 9 of discs, and then there's a fast sudden move higher ending that sideways rotation. There's a fast sudden move higher ending the sideways rotation in the 9 of discs as well. So out of the low, which we'll be able to identify the low because of the sideways rotation, then there'll be this big move higher and then more sideways rotation at a higher price level. And right around the close, there's erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. In the midst of that erratic behavior, we should be revisiting Cresta as a past opportunity, and very likely it's the high again being revisited. So the way that you could trade this is, I would say, if you've got a profit, let's say that you didn't have opportunity to close out of that short from the past 2 days, like you didn't have an opportunity to close out of a short opened here on the 31st, you didn't have an opportunity to close out of a short here on the 1st. Very unlikely that either of those is the case, but if that happens and you're still holding a short, which if you're trading SO meta-analysis, and you're doing options, you've got an expiration at least a week out past your last exit. So if you don't have an opportunity to take profit first thing in the morning before this big move to the upside, I would say you're going to want to try here midday. And that would be your opportunity to open up a long position for a day trade. I would open up a partial because it's possible we go lower at this Magus card. So open up a partial there, and then the decline here in the Magus card, when we start rotating sideways, if we're at the same price level as the lows of the Empress card earlier in the day, or we're at a lower price level, that's where I would complete my long position for a day trade. And I'd look to close it after this big move to the upside towards the end of the day to revisit a crest in the midst of some erratic behavior. Very likely that crest is the high again being revisited from earlier in the day. That's SPY for November 4th, 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Blessings to all my angel investors. Guys, if you don't know about the rule of karma, it's super, super important. It's the whole purpose of the channel, to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by taking 5% of the profits made from this information and donating it forward to a charity. 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel. It leaves you with 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you do that, my friends, the universe considers you an angel investor of this channel. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Don't be the other guy, my friends. You don't want to be that guy, believe me. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.